Hi friends, good morning. In this series, we are going to see about Python programming subject. So before entering into the subject, first we should know what is computer. Then only we are going to see about remaining topics. So today we are going to see about introduction to the computer. So what is meant by computer? So computer is an electronic device that receives input from the user and stores the input in memory and process the input according to the user instruction. Then finally it will provide the output in the desired format. So it is an electronic device which receives input from the user, right? It will perform the task based on the user instruction only. So computer will not think, right, in its own, right? So user have to give the instruction. Based on the instruction only, the computer will perform the task, and finally it will provide the output in the desired format. That is called computer. Then input process output model. This is the simplest workflow of the computer. Here, see this diagram. We are having input here, then we are having output. In between, we are having process. So the user will be giving the input by using any one of input devices. Then the processor will process the input given by the user. Then finally, it will provide the output. The processor will perform the task based on the user's instruction only. That is called information. So the input is called data. So the processor will perform the instruction which is given by the user. Then the it will perform the task on the input given by the user. Finally, it will provide the output in the desired format. Right. Next, we are going to see about basic part of the computer. So what are all the basic parts available in the computer? See this diagram. We are having input devices, output devices, storage devices, then a central processing unit or arithmetic and logical unit or control unit. So this control unit is a main part of the computer. This will control the overall activity of the computer by means of signals. So what are all the input devices we are having? So keyboard, mouse, mic, these are all input devices. By using these input devices, we will be giving the input to the computer. Then computer will receive the input and store it into the memory. Then it will process the input according to the user instruction with the help of control unit or arithmetic and logical unit. Finally, it will provide the output to the user with the help of output devices. It will show the output, right? This is the basic part of the computer. Then we are going to see about the component of the computer. So there are two major components or two major elements available in the computer. First one is hardware, then second one is software. What is meant by hardware? The computer hardware includes the physical parts of the computer. So all the physical parts of the computer is called hardware, such as case, central processing unit, monitor, mouse, keyboard. So these are all the hardware, and also graphical card, sound card, speakers, motherboard. These are all the basic physical part of the computer is called hardware, right? So the hardware is typically directed by the software to execute any command or instruction. The hardware alone will not perform any task. With the help of the instruction, that is, with the help of software, only the hardware will perform a task, right? So hardware is typically directed by the software to execute any command or instruction. See this diagram, it shows the computer hardwares available. See this diagram, speaker, keyboard, mouse, monitor are connected to the case, cabinet case. In this case, we are having power supply, DVD ROM, motherboard, CPU fan, RAM, VGA card, and sound card, and etc. Hard disk. These are all the hardware. That is, these are all the physical part of the computer. Right. Next, we are going to see about software. What is meant by software? Software is nothing but instructions that tell a computer what to do, right? These are all the instruction. So this instruction only tell the computer. So computer what have to do அப்படின்றத the software will give the instruction to the computer, right? So software comprises of entire set of programs. That software is nothing but a collection of programs, procedures, or routines associated with the operation of the computer. For example, we are taking any application software like banking software. It will have many operations, right? Credit operation, debit operation, then balance checking operation, fund transfer operations. These are all the operations. So each and every operations will have a program. Then each and every operations are put together is called a software. So software is comprises the entire set of program is called a software. There are two types of software: application software and system software. So there are two types of software. Software is nothing but set of programs that governs the functioning of the computer. So in software we are having two types: system software and application software. In system software, it will control the internal computer operations. In application software, so application software is specifically developed for a particular applications, right? It carries out the necessary operations of a specified application to function. For example, we are having many general purpose softwares: word processor, presentation, spreadsheets, image editor. These are all the general purpose softwares. So here we are having specific purpose software. Specific purpose software means or particular application is like a reservation system, attendance system, billing system, report card generation, etc., right? So these are all application software specially developed for a particular application, that is called application software. Here we are having system software. System software is nothing but it control the internal computer operations. So all the hardwares are typically controlled by the system software only. So if the hardware is perform something, it will it will perform the task only with the help of system software, right? For example, operating system. Operating system is the best example for system software. So so that is best system software. Then operating system, device drivers, system utilities. These are all the system management programs. Then developing software, programming language, language translators, linkers, loaders. These are all developing softwares, right? Then we are going to see about computer memory. Memory is the main thing in the computer. So here we are going to see about types of memory. Memory is basically used to store the data, store the instruction. Storing purpose we are using the memory. So here we are having two types of memory: internal memory and external memory. So internal memory is inbuilt with the computer. External memory, this is external, like pen drive, DVD, hard disk, solid state drives, USB memory. These are all the external memory. So internal memory means RAM, ROM. These are all the internal memory. Internally, we are going to store this memory. So RAM and ROM are called primary or main memory, right? So this is about the computer memory. Then we are going to see about computer language. What is meant by computer language? So a language is nothing but uh, we are going to communicate with each other with the help of the language only. Likewise, the human is going to communicate with the computer, right? So the computer should know only machine language, but the user is known only the world known language, like well known speaking language. This speaking language will not understand by the computer. So we have to communicate with the computer with the help of computer language, that is called. That is why we are going to talk to the computer by means of instruction. That instruction is going to be a computer language. So computer language, see this diagram, human here, the computer there. How can the human talk to the computer? How the human can instruct the computer with the help of computer language only? The answer is computer language. So we are having so many languages: Java, C, C++, Python, Fortran. uh, in this series we are going to Python subject, right? Then applications of software. So what is the application where we are using this computer? So today, today in this world, without computer we can't see any place, right? So we are using communication purpose in electronic online selling, trading. So all this purpose we are using electronic commerce. Then education side they are using computers. Then medical side sensor, scanning, the scanning and other purposes they are using medical side in computer. Then science, entertainment, government. So all the places they are using the computer. That is called applications of computers. Finally, advantages of computers. So why we are using the computers? So that is the advantages of the computer. Normally it will have high speed when compared to human, right? Then a second point, accuracy, it will give the accurate result. Then automation, only once we have to start the process, then automatically it will go to the end, right? That is automation. Then it will have a large huge amount of storage capability. Then we are using communication purpose. In the standing sitting place we are communicate with the in the other end of the world. Then diligence, it will gives the accurate result. Then reliable, versatility, then low cost, finally paperless work, right? These are all the advantages of the computer. So this is what about the computer. Today we have seen about the computer. Next class we are going to see about Python subjects introduction, right? So simply I can revise this subject. Today we have seen about the computer. Computer is nothing but it is an electronic device which receives the input from the user and store the input. Finally it will perform the task according to the user instruction. Finally it will provide the output in the desired format. The simplest workflow of the computer is nothing but, so how the computer is working. So input devices, output devices, in between we are having processor. So input is received by the input from the input devices. It will process according to the user instruction. Finally it will give the output in the desired format. So these are all the basic parts of the computer: input device, output device, then CPU, control unit. This is the main unit which controls all the activities of the computer in the memory. Then component of the computer, hardware and software. Hardware is nothing but all the physical part of the computer is called hardware. The hardware is typically directed by the software, right? These are all the diagrams for computer hardware. Then we have seen about software. Software is nothing but the instruction that tell the computer what to do. So we are having two types of software: application software and system software. So application is software is specially developed for a particular application. System software is the purpose of internal control of the computer operations. Then we have seen about computer memory. So then types of computer memory: internal memory and external memory. Finally we'll see about computer language. So language is nothing but, with the help of the language, computer language only, we are instruct or talk to the computer. So example of computer languages: Java, C, C++, Basic, Fortran, Ruby, Python. These are all the language which is used to communicate with the computer. Then applications of software, then advantages of software. Today we have seen. From the next class onwards, we are going to see about Python concepts. Right. Thank you, students. We'll see in the next class.